Good morning everyone. So today we will start with terracotta. Okay. So in the previous slide I have discussed about what are the clay products or what do you mean by clay products, what are the types of clay products. I have already told you about that. So today we will be discussing about terracotta. We have already discussed about tiles and clay bricks. Okay. So we will give a quick revision on the clay products that I have taught you. The products which are prepared from clay. Already I have told you what do you mean by clay in the chapter 2. I have already told that is known as clay products. And the clay, when made with water, it possesses the plastic in nature, and this plastic clay can be molded in any shape. Then it is dried and burnt. Okay, what are the clay products? That are, I have written here what are the clay products, that is clay brick, tiles, terracotta, porcelain, glazing, earthenware and stoneware. We will be discussing all of these clay products. Okay, so I have already discussed about the clay bricks and I have already discussed what do you mean by clay bricks in the chapter 2. Okay, so next I have discussed about the tile. As we know, we are using a tile in our housing flooring. We are using the tiles. Okay, so tile may be defined as a thin slab of brick which are burnt in kiln, and the same manufacturing process of tile is just similar to the brick. That is, I have discussed with you, that is preparation of clay, molding, drying and burning. Okay, there are two types of tile. First is common tile and encaustic tile. Okay, so you can see here the pictures I have shown you. Here is the roof tiles, and here we can see in the houses there has been floor tiles. Okay, and also we can say that it should be regular in shape and size, and it should be well burnt. As we know, we know that in the houses we use the tiles in our flooring. Okay, so also the tiles are hard also. Okay, next we will be reading about, that is terracotta. Okay, the terracotta means baked earth. Terra means clay and cotta means burnt. Okay, so it is a type of earthenware or porous pottery made glazed with glazures containing galena. Galena means it is one type of a chemicals. Okay, or we can say it is one type of a minerals. So we can say that terracotta is a type of a earthenware or porous pottery made glazed with the glazures containing galena. And you can see here I have shown you the diagram of terracotta. You can see, you have also seen in our temples, you can see the murti we have been constructed that are made up of terracotta. Okay, so the manufacturing of process of terracotta is also similar to that type of a brick. Okay, so terracotta uses includes vessels, notable flower pots. We have also seen that we are using the flower pots with the help of a terracotta we use. Okay, next is water and wastewater pipes, bricks and the surface embellishment in building constructions, and it is used for the decorative and ornamental works. We have also seen in our buildings, or we can see in the temples, we make the murtis in the help of or with the help of a terracotta. Okay, so we can say that, and if you see the properties of terracotta, then it is light in weight and it can be easily cleaned and it can be easily molded in desired shape. You can see here it can be molded in desired shape. Okay, next is it cannot be affected by atmospheric agents, and we have also seen that it is used for the decorative material and ornamental work. Okay, if we see the advantages and disadvantages of terracotta, so here if you see the advantages of terracotta, then it is strong and durable material and it is available in different colors. You can see here I have shown you, it is type of a clay brick and it is available in different colors. It is brown color and here it is one type of a color, and it is cheaper than the ordinary finely dressed stones. It is easily cleaned and it can be easily molded in desired shape, and it is not affected by the atmospheric agents. Then what are the disadvantages of terracotta? It cannot be fixed during the progress work and it is twisted due to unequal shrinkage of drying and burning. Okay, so here are the advantages and what are the properties of terracotta I have discussed. next is we'll be discussing about that is porcelain. Okay, so porcelain means what? The term porcelain is used to indicate the fine earthenware which is white, thin and transparent. You can see here, I have already shown you in the diagram here, it is type of a white color and transparent, and the color of the porcelain is white. It is hard, brittle and non-porous. It is prepared from the clay minerals and it is used in the various purposes like sanitary fittings. Also, we are using the porcelain in our sanitary fittings. We can say we also use the porcelain in the washrooms. Okay, and there are two types of porcelain. First is low voltage porcelain and high voltage porcelain. Okay, so as I have shown you in the diagram, here you can see the porcelain diagrams. Okay, and here it is used in the sanitary fittings. It can be, the porcelain can be used in the sanitary fittings. And if you see, there are two types of porcelain. First is low voltage porcelain and second is high voltage porcelain. And in the low voltage porcelain, what do you mean by low voltage porcelain? It is prepared by dry process or slow process. Okay. Then if some low quantity of alumina is added, then it can resist the higher temperature to a certain extent. Then the low voltage porcelain are mainly used for the switchboards, insulating tubes. This low voltage porcelain are being used. Next is high voltage porcelain. High voltage porcelain, it is prepared by the wet process at high temperature and it can resist the high temperature and voltage. They are used in the construction of clocks. Okay, so here is the difference between the low voltage and high voltage porcelain. So we can say that in the low voltage porcelain it is prepared by the dry process, and in the high voltage porcelain it is prepared by the wet process at high temperature, and it can resist the high temperature in low voltage porcelain. Also in high voltage porcelain it can also resist the high temperature and voltage. And in the low voltage porcelain, these are mainly used for the switchboards, insulating tubes, etc. And in the high voltage porcelain, it is used in the construction of clocks. Okay, so next we will be studying about that is glazing. So you have already seen in some of our offices we use the glazing products. Okay, glazing products, because to sign the offices, so we have to use the glazing products. The surface of the clay products are sometimes glazed. A glaze is a glassy coat of thickness about 0.1 to 0.2 mm applied on the surface of an item. And what are the purposes of glazing? First is to improve the appearance, to provide the smooth surface, to protect the article from the action of atmospheric agencies. So we can say that you have been seeing in some of our offices or in some of our buildings we use the glazed products. Okay, so what do you mean by glazing? So glazing means it is a glassy coat of thickness that is about 0.1 to 0.2 mm and it is applied on the surface of an item. And what are the purposes of the glazing? To improve the appearance, to provide the smooth surface and to protect the article or protect the particles from the action of atmospheric agencies. And next come what are the methods of glazing? There are two types of methods of glazing. First is transparent glazing, second is opaque glazing. So what do you mean by transparent glazing? So transparent glazing means when the glazing material from the transparent color is provided in the surface of the clay product, so it is known as transparent glazing. So we can say that when the glazing material from the transparent color is provided in the surface of any clay product, so it is known as transparent glazing, and it gives less strength and the appearance of the transparent glazing is like a glass. So next comes here the opaque glazing. So this type of a glazing is adapted to give the better appearance than that of the unburnt material. And the clay is finely powdered and dried, and then the sufficient quantity of the water is added to clay to make a plastic substances. and the burning glass gives the flow of clay particle and an opaque glaze is formed. So these are the methods of the glazing. So next we'll be discussing about earthenware and the stoneware in the next slide. Thank you.